Hello friends, this video on motion in a straight line, part 17 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exams. Please make sure that you have watched the videos from part 1 to part 16 before going ahead with part 17. Now that we have become very clear about all the basic physical quantities like displacement, velocity, speed, acceleration, now we will go ahead and study the kinematic equations for uniformly accelerated motion. So now our study will focus only on uniform acceleration, that is uniformly accelerated motion. What is uniformly accelerated motion? A motion where the velocity changes uniformly with time. Velocity changes uniformly with time. Now, these equations basically establish relation between the following quantities like displacement, time taken, initial velocity, final velocity, and acceleration. Now, what was the need for deriving the kinematic equations? Basically, our aim of studying the physical phenomenon or the phenomenon related to motion or mechanics is to use it in our day-to-day life. Now, with the help of these equations, we will be able to calculate the values based upon the data given. So there were three equations, that is, those are the three kinematic equations which relate all these quantities and with the help of which we are able to calculate various values in our day-to-day life. We will see them one by one. So let us see what are the three kinematic equations. The first equation is V is. Before we start with the equations, make sure that you remember the notation because it is not possible to write what they stand for everywhere. So we will just be using these terms hereafter. So just make sure that you know A is acceleration, V is final velocity, U is initial velocity, T is the time taken, and S is the displacement. So we will be using these notations hereafter. Now let us start. The first kinematic equation is V is equal to U plus AT. The second equation is S is equal to UT plus half AT square. And the third equation is V square is equal to U square plus 2AS. These three equations are very important equations and you should practice them so hard that you get used to with the three equations. I mean, you should learn these three equations and keep them in your mind. V is equal to U plus AT, S is equal to UT plus half AT square, and V square is equal to U square plus 2AS. We will discuss each of them in detail. We will derive each of them and we will solve couple of problems related to them so that you get very much familiar with these equations and their applications. Let us start with the first equation, that is V is equal to U plus AT. As we have told, V is nothing but the final velocity, U is the initial velocity, A is the acceleration, and T is the time taken. Now let us try to derive it. Now from the definition of acceleration, how do we define acceleration? It is the rate of change of velocity with time, that is dV by dt. What is dV? It is nothing but change in velocity. Now what we are saying here is initial velocity is U and final velocity is V. That means what is the change in velocity? Final velocity minus initial velocity. Now this divided by the change in velocity takes place in time t. So this dt is t. So we find A is equal to V minus U by t. So we can write this as AT is equal to V minus U. This implies V is equal to U plus AT. Very simple, right? So this equation is nothing but it is an alternative form of the definition of acceleration. I hope it is very clear and there is no doubt in this. So let us go ahead and proceed with the second equation, that is S is equal to UT plus half AT square, where S is the displacement, u is the initial velocity, t is the time, and a is the acceleration. In this case, since we are deriving an expression for displacement, let us see how we can calculate displacement. As I already told you that in case of a velocity time graph, the area under the curve is displacement. Now, we also know that these three equations are applicable for uniformly accelerated motion. Now, if it is a uniformly accelerated motion, any motion can be represented by a straight line. Now, according to what we have studied, we know that area under this curve would be equal to displacement. Let us try to find the area of this entire thing and let us name it. Say this is O, this is A, this is B, this is C. How do you think we will be able to find the area of this trapezium? Let us draw a perpendicular here. This is point D. Now we have divided this entire figure into one rectangle and one triangle. So what we can say is from this figure, displacement, that is S, will be equal to the area of this figure, that is area of OACB. Now area of OACB will be area of OADB, which is a rectangle, plus area of the triangle BDC. Now, let us find the area of this rectangle. The rectangle area would be length into breadth, that is OA into OB. Now, the area of this triangle would be half into base. Base would be BD and BD is equal to OA. So, half into OA into height. Height is equal to CD. What is OA? OA is nothing but time, that is T. Similarly, what is OB? Now let us suppose before we do that, we have considered that this straight line displays the uniform accelerated motion. That means this line shows that this was the initial velocity and this point corresponds to the final velocity. So the initial velocity is u and the final velocity is v. Correct? Okay. So OB is equal to u. Similarly, CD. What is CD? CD is equal to, we can say this point as F. So CD is equal to BF. And what is BF? BF is equal to OF minus OB. Now what is OF? It is V and OB is U. Now we will put all these three values in this expression. So what do we find? S is equal to T into U plus half into T into V minus U. So now this is UT plus half VT minus half UT. So now we can write this as UT plus half V minus U into T. Now from definition of acceleration, we know that acceleration is equal to V minus U by T. That is the change in velocity by time taken. So now instead of V minus U, we can write V minus U as AT. So we will put V minus U as AT into T. So this will be equal to UT plus half AT square. So I guess it is not very difficult. It is very easy to understand and you can derive it very easily. That is, we have derived displacement is equal to ut plus half at square. We know that for uniform accelerated motion, we can represent it with a straight line with initial velocity u, final velocity v. So the area under this curve will be equal to displacement. What we did is we calculated the area under this curve and simplified it, and we reached at this equation S is equal to ut plus half at square. Now let us have a look at the third equation, that is v square is equal to u square plus 2as. Even in this equation, v refers to the final velocity, u to the initial velocity, a acceleration and s as the displacement. Now let us start deriving it. Now from the first equation, we know that v is equal to u plus at, or we can say at is equal to v minus u, or t is equal to v minus u by a. So this is from first equation. Now from second equation, we found s is equal to ut plus half at square. Correct? Now what we will do is, we will put the value of t is equal to v minus u by a in equation 2. That is, we will put this value in equation number 2. So what do we get? We get s is equal to u into v minus u by a plus half a into v minus u by a whole square. So this comes out to be vu by a minus u square by a plus a by 2 v square plus u square minus 2uv divided by a square. Now this comes out to be vu by a minus u square by a plus v square by 2a plus u square by 2a minus uv divided by a. Now this term and this term will cancel out. So we get minus u square by 2a plus v square by 2a. So this is equal to v square minus u square by 2a. Therefore, and this is s. LHS is always s. So what do we get? We get s is equal to v square minus u square by 2a. So this gives v square minus u square is equal to 2as, or v square is equal to u square plus 2as. So here we reach to the third kinematic equation of motion. So I guess this equation has nothing to do other than putting the value of t from first equation into the second equation. So we arrive at this equation. Now you will see it for yourself that with the help of these three equations, we will be solving a hell lot of questions in many different. Thank you. Visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thanks once again.